that stream was very delayed. I have no idea actually why the previous one didn't work out. But yeah, here we are. Here we are. Alright. Hi Zaga, good to be here. How are you? Hope it's going. Hello. Let me just quickly send out informations about it. The stream. It's my second run in Schedule 1, wondering if I can speedrun it. So you finished it, okay? Tomorrow we are going to play Schedule 1. I'm going to wake up, I'm going to start the stream. That's going to be a very specific stream. I'm probably going to plan out how things are going to go. The start is interesting, then it gets repetitive. Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's not much lore. I mean, the game is still in the development. They are still adding a lot of stuff to the game. Like there's update after an update. It's kind of obscure what worth and what not. Yeah. That's true. That's definitely true. Okay. Ready? Ready. The start has a lore. Yeah. You know what you should try? What's up? Some head shape variety? You think so? Okay, that's interesting. I mean, yeah, I might need to add it. Like, lately I started to do same-ish ones, yeah. Previously I had better variety for head shapes, I feel. Like, previously I was actually doing different head shapes. Now I do feel that repetitiveness, you know what I'm saying? I do feel it. So that's interesting. I might try to go for it. But To be fair, in anime, you don't really want to make that many different head shapes. Like, you have feminine girl, masculine girl, feminine boy, masculine boy. So you have like 4 head shapes in total in anime. Because like boy that's more feminine is going to have like a bit more, still like slightly masculine head shape, but it's going to have like very gentle like face lines. And women's are always going to be rounded out and always pointy chins, so I feel like it might be a bit difficult to go about it when it comes to anime, but we can try to play a little bit to add some more normal head shape variety. Not necessarily. What do you mean? Also, fellas, see some counter examples. You say so? That's interesting. There's one thing, fellas. I can do something. And that something is this. Yes, I've got 4.0. As promised, actually. I've told you that. I've told you that I'm going to get 4.0 the moment I'm going to get the paycheck. Yesterday, but yesterday? Day before yesterday. Look at Misty from Pokemon. She has a very round head. Yeah. It's also dependent on the age. Like, anime has very specific rules about the head shapes in general. You know? But you can try, do something. Maybe, who knows, maybe you are going to get something good. Also, on Monday, I'm going to have it job talk. I'm going to have a job talk with someone, but we'll see. Dude kinda seems like he wants me interview, yeah, kind of. So basically, dude is going to drive all the way to my city from like different city because they are opening some kind of like logistics park, and then they want to start spreading into my region. And basically they need they need logistics, but they are offering working from home. Like they are fully flexible about that. Like I can choose hybrid, I can choose office work, I can choose home office constantly. Yeah, I have to talk to the Dutch people too about the job in Poland. I see. So yeah, on Monday we'll see actually if I'm going to get it. If I'm going to get it, it's a bit harder because I want to bring my whole team with me. Oh, okay, that's going to be a bit problematic, ain't it? It's not necessarily, I see. What's up on that? Who doesn't want a complete cohesive team of senior devs? True. I mean, sometimes people that just need someone to order people around because they already got their own team, but I guess it's very rare that someone who hires, B2B senior dev like that have already a team of senior devs or something like that. I would assume they actually count on you to have already built team and bring it. So it might, to be fair, the more I'm thinking about it, it makes more sense for them to actually take the entire team with you. We even have a POPM tester guy. He does everything besides programming. Oh, don't you need like a second guy? Nah, JK. I assume there's still school needed for something like that. I'm just joking. We'll see. It will be funny to get the Dutch job asks for engineering degrees. Yeah, I'm just technician with worthless qualification exams. Wasted time. Absolutely. I have to say that my technical school was a wasted time. But we will see. I'm going to also apply for some, like, I don't know, game dev studies to learn stuff. I don't know, we'll see. Like, they're still going to teach me how to code in languages that I may use for both, you know. It was a good idea at the time, but tech improves too quickly. Yeah, true. I want to make specification. I want to go to school. I'm waiting for the openings to start. You know, they're about to start making the recruitation process, and I want to apply for several schools, different just different specifications, right? I want to Gen X had it worse. They have degrees in MS Word and stuff, yeah. That's that. Degree in DOS. Oh. I mean, that kinda does a lot in it. Not anymore. I mean, every degree was useful for times where something was used. So, like, maybe my degree would be useful, you know, if I would finish the school faster, but I didn't. The degree was about handling file system manually and using apps we don't use anymore, like Norton Commander, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I see. Totally irrelevant knowledge now, I see. I mean, I have to say, like, that entire thing is me. The school, like, I don't even know what to do, because I'm scared that I'm going to go to school, I'm going to spend money on that school, because I have to pay for my, university. And in the end, I'm going to end up, again, wasting my time in school, learning stuff that are useless just to have a degree. I don't know how useful the how useful the universities would be. University degrees usually teach a lot of stuff which are forever useful. I see. I might need to like math and hardware architecture, I see. That's definitely something. Statistics, economy, logic, plus the history of things for better understanding how tech go where it is now. I see. That's interesting. That's interesting. Like, I have couple degrees I'm thinking about. First one is psychology, psychiatry, like being a therapist or something like that, or the you know, psychology behind crimes and become a profiler or something like that. That would be cool. Oh, I thought you want to do tech. It's one of these stuff I want to go for. It's one of the stuff, but I have to make a. I have to apply to several schools to several schools because I want to get somewhere, and I want to ensure that I'm going to get somewhere. So I have like a bunch of like jobs I would want to do, I wouldn't mind doing, and I'm going to apply to schools for those jobs. So like game dev programming stuff, because I think if I remember correctly we do have something like that. I do want to, if I started over, I would consider mechanic. Mechanic, you mean? Like automobile motorcycle mechanic. Oh, you would exchange your current job to become a grease monkey? Like personally, I think they are pretty similar. Yeah, kinda. It's mostly about taking apart stuff and fixing. Yeah. Personally, I can't really do stuff like this because of my health problems. Like, I've had I've finally received the informations from the second. How's it called? The second MRI, and this is the second MRI out of two that I've had that is talking about problems with my spine. Earn as much money as programmers, damn. So, like, from the neck to the chest portion to the end of chest portion of my spine, I have messed up vertebrae, and you know, and just you know, messed up everything else, so that's that. So I'm totally like counted out of the I'm totally counted out of the physical labor, because if I'm going to continue doing something like physical labor and stuff, I'm going to obliterate my spine completely. And I'm just 25, and already I have problems throughout my entire spine. That's not good. That's not good. I'm still waiting for some more information. I have to wait till May 6th. So I have to aim for some office jobs, like, you know, like therapist, for example. To be fair, that's not a bad job. I'm just going to spend my entire days talking with people. After all, psychological therapy is about talking. Without the psychiatry specialization, I won't be able to prescribe medicine, so that's leaving out the more difficult part. And, you know, I've been helping some of my friends. Shock therapy, let's go. Yeah, I mean, for phobias, yeah, that's one of the things that you can do. Like, phobias are treated mostly with shock therapy, or shock therapy or exposure therapy. So you're exposing the person on something that they have phobia for, and the fear drops down because they are getting used to that thing. You're overwriting their brain information. I was always interested in stuff like this, so that's why I did the decision. I was also a fan of true crime at certain point. I really like the possibility to, you know, do some like wondering about crimes and stuff, and genuinely I've had fun doing that and doing so. Hence the how's it called? Hence the profiler, right? Like, for example, you know how the, you know, quote unquote unalived person is placed is saying a lot. That, for example, if it's facing face down, it means that genuinely the person, the killer either knew the person, right? Because first trust to turn their back on someone, to the killer probably couldn't look in someone's eyes, and like genuinely all other like aspects, like, for example, maybe it was in anger, right? Someone said something, turn around and bam, in the head, right? So there's like a lot of stuff for that. And yeah, like, I thought about like getting into programming, you know, like I don't know, maybe UX UI design or something like that, or something that would help me learn C# even better. Of course, I'm still going to use the book, we'll see, but you know, it's good if I'm going to get there, it's good to already have some knowledge on the topic. surprisingly, schools in the bigger city to which I'm usually going are teaching C# in their technical college in the first year, because HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are literally 1 year study for them. So only my school was teaching it for 3 years, because actually we haven't had programming for the first year. So that was a waste of time, totally. And I feel like my school choice was also pretty bad, considering, like, you know, how little I've actually learned to what my friends from that bigger city learned in the same amount of time, right? Like in first year they've learned C# and started learning C++. In the second year they finished C++ and started learning JavaScript, and then they've added HTML and C++ to their program in the fourth year. And that was that. That was straight up that. They've learned everything they learned like several very useful languages. I wouldn't be shocked if they also would learn Blazor, since they've taught C# in the first year of schooling. So for example, they've taught them not only, you know, JS, you know. I think it's better to start with C++. You think so? If you must learn it. I see. C++ is a lot more inconvenient language. I see. And you will hate it after C#. No, I think I'm going to stay on the C#, but you will love C# after C++. I see. I really like C# itself. You know, it's just time. I'm hoping that I'm going to get that job. I'm learning Rust now. I see. Probably you are going to learn Rust faster than I'm learning C#. It complements C#, I see. So yeah. You already know most of the language since you know C#, I guess. Rust is good for low-level things, like writing OS or drivers or custom implementation of data types with full control over the stack and heap. I see. It's only a matter of time before WASI gets popular. I see. Or generic WASM. And both languages compile to them and can interrupt. I see. That's good. That's genuinely good. Remind me of the stream yesterday. Oh, what stream yesterday? It's a stream I used to watch Friday mornings. I see. He's a civil engineer guy learning programming C# and Unity. Huh. Okay. So learning how to program streams are also good, eh? I can really try it out. I really have to try it out. He asks questions and I try to answer, but I can't do it the simple way. I see. Sometimes he'd be like, please backseat me because I'm lost. Yeah, that's understandable. Like, I feel like all I need to learn is just C# because Godot is, you know, Godot is going to be like separately taught while working on the project. So I don't think I need to like learn it now. And my first program is still going to be that book writing software. Because now it's a web app, but I don't want to make it a web app. I want to make it into an actual software. Or at least, you know, make that web app working better. I think it's a good idea to make the game first in pure C#, then attach an engine later. Yeah. So, yeah, you might be right. Or web app or any kind of visual UI. I think I'll do so. Like first doing something without the engine itself, and then, you know, you're old enough to be patient. Yeah. That's that. I am patient right now. If I wouldn't be patient, I wouldn't stand like not being able to learn those languages. With high schoolers, I notice that they get like impatient and demotivated when doing console apps because they want to fancy UI thing. No, that it's part of the process. You have to trust the process. It's like with drawing. when I was learning right from the freaking how to draw, you know, by starting from drawing shapes and merging them together. That kind of reminds me of the same process of learning. Like, you first need to draw those shapes, right? You need to learn how to draw those shapes, and so you need to work on the console app first. I'm quite shocked that it's not really working at times, but you know, it's always my trouble. It's always my issue, right? I've messed something up, so you know, just because I don't have to work with the fancy UI and fight with it to do something, or like turn on the project or wait for God knows what while it's turning on, the console app is just, you know, on snap already, you know, showing everything that I need, and I'm up to date with everything, so that's really fast to learn. And not understanding the fancy UI thing is the same code plus some lines to control the UI. Yeah, exactly. So I do want to make thing with the console UI. I can. The other false argument is that making console apps is pointless because nobody uses them anymore. No, like isn't like that everything is like a console app. It's just we are developing UI for those apps. Aren't those two like? Yeah, kinda. Yeah. I don't mind. We just hide the console. Yeah. I can't wait to, you know, have enough knowledge to build an app that is going to be coherent with UI and stuff. So yeah, you can start working on them separately. You mean? The UI and the logic part. Oh, yeah. I have to first learn how to make UI, right? I'm still not on that level. You can always glue them together later. Probably while I'm going to learn how to make the UIs, I'm going to also you know, work on making a logic in the background, because you know, when I'm going to learn how to make UI, I'm sure that I'm already going to know enough to just build them separately. Then you can even start making Blazor components with purely HTML and CSS. Oh yeah, I can do that. I can just sit down and make the website structures and wire up the C# later. Yeah, that makes sense. I might actually design the website then. When I'm going to have some, you know, peace. Yeah, that makes sense. Ask for help with that. What do you mean ask for help with that? Like what, wiring the C# to HTML? it's not obvious how to start to componentize a web app. I see. I see. That's because in Blazor you don't wire all the HTML into one file. Oh, I see. You do snippets. Oh, snippets. Okay. I was using snippets already, I think. Like when I was trying to learn Vue.js, that one was also using snippets. That's a snippet language. As it was called when I was researching about this. It was actually called a snippet language. Because it just... If you have a list, you can make the HTML for a list item. Then you can use a loop for making a bunch of them. Ooh. That's nice. That's nice. That helps also with a couple things. The elbow looks a bit funny, yeah. Just a tiny bit. I think the line goes too deep. Possibly. Okay, so let's work things out here. Also, after certain stream, I've had 483 subs. 1 day later, I'm coming back to 482 again. Some people just don't have patience. They don't understand that some people just can't stream every single day. That sucks. You didn't have a connection necessarily. True. It might have been also someone else. Or someone deleted a channel, or a bot that subscribed to me. Sometimes I subscribe to a bunch of people too, and one day I decide to clean up. Yeah. Oh, I haven't watched that guy. Okay, out. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm doing that every now and then. Like, who I've watched and who I didn't watch necessarily. I used to go like, which is the 3-5, which I still keep, which I will keep, yeah. I understand. So I have to, I'll be real with you. I've been kinda trying to, you know, work around some things or push things. So yeah. I think I might actually try to incorporate a programming stream every now and then, like learning C#, just to add that to the roster. Not sure it's a good idea. You think so? You get frustrated easily. Oh, not while learning. I hate troubles, for example, in games where I see that it's an obvious, like, for example, like in freaking Elden Ring. There are troubles where the enemies are placed in a messed up way, or there are some bugs, or the character is not moving in that way. But I'm very patient when it comes to learning. I know that I'm going to make mistakes, and sometimes I'm just lost enough where I have to ask someone for help, like straight up. But it's not like I'm frustrated or mad at the way how that I'm not capable to take things up in my hands. Programming can be worse in games in that regard, because it's not the program's fault or the ID's bug. Yeah, but it means that it's my problem and I have to learn how to correct that issue. So there is something that I can do about that trouble. I just have to be patient to stay in one place and, and reread chapters, for example. That's why it's more frustrating. Not for me. I've never really got angry with learning. Hi Eric, got over here. How are you? Hope how's it going? How are we doing? Pretty good. How are you? Just kinda working my way through the night shifts. Tomorrow I'm finally going to have time off. We'll see. I might get a job which will allow me to work only from home. So I'm going to have a fully remote job, which is going to be brilliant. What you drawing today? We continue drawing Zentreya from Vshojo. So I'm slowly going about it. We might actually... So the thing is that tomorrow I'm planning on making a marathon stream, so I'm going to start really early and it's going to go for a while. Thing being... I'm actually doing my best to make some sort of schedule for that entire thing, because I want to do a couple things besides drawing, but drawing too. I mean, during the break I want to play games, maybe Pal World, maybe it's for sure going to be for sure we are going to play Schedule 1, but you know, it's going to be during breaks from drawing, so while having those breaks from drawing, we are going to have a while having that break from drawing, we are going to have a you know, chance to play something, right? Or watch something. I might actually prepare some videos. Maybe we are going to watch Nuke's Top 5 or something like that. Having fun, you know, about that thing or something. Oh, okay. So we're almost done with the skin. That's good. I see it's 15, 12. We might actually do shorter stream today, and we are going to have a... And actually, perfectly, the marathon is going to be compensating for for shorter streams. Who knows? Maybe we are going to make that, you know, some sort of a thing like Sunday with Davis or something. After all, it's a Sunday. I won't have much to do besides walking out my doggo. Because what else I can do? Probably getting something to eat. I might order a pizza. Or, well, my mom might, you know, cook something up. We'll see. So that'll be perfect. But yeah, you know, about the programming streams, I'm still not sure though. It's just like, you know, maybe should I? Because I feel like it could actually help me progressing through stuff. Right? It could be progressing through stuff. I'm not saying that it would help me progressing with the thing, but I'm not saying that it will, but it would help me. Like, for example, I would be able to, just because I would have like more time for learning, right? So I could have a bit better idea for everything. And streams for some reason are helping me to focus on stuff. When I'm drawing, for example, off stream, I don't know why I can't focus on drawing. One illustration takes me so long. Previously, I've also made like another illustration for Zen where she's pushing Froggy, and like it was also a reference. It's also a reference to something, because the reference is that the reference for that one was when Froggy said that, because like Froggy, friend of Zentreya, has a patella alta. So her kneecaps are in wrong place, like on her thigh bones, on her femurs. But so she can like stand for a longer period of time or walk for long periods of time. So she said that whenever that she's going to go on one of the things probably with a wheelchair or something like that. That probably she'll have to. Not sure if she did, but I had this idea because like usually Froggy's getting, you know, manheld or whatever. Like usually she's causing troubles, and Zen or others are like, you know, either disappointed in what she said. So it's kind of like taking care of a kid at times, from what I've noticed. So the idea is that Zen would probably drive around Froggy in the wheelchair when she's like freaking, I don't know, drooling or some kind of stuff. Like just, you know, making fun of the situation, kinda. But well, those thighs are bringing the worst out of me. There we go. And we have 1 hour, so I guess we can end the stream now. I feel like today is not the day for streams like this. For longer streams. Also, I have night shift after an hour. Yeah. I mean, I've been doing 1 hour long streams before. Of course, like it's not really good. I would love to stream for longer. I would like to have like 8-hour long streams, as some actually are doing. Like, imagine how cool it would be. I could just sit and just be able to stream for such a long time and just drawing during that time. Or, for example, doing those like varieties, right? Like taking a moment to eat something while watching videos on YouTube with you all, or like taking a break from drawing and playing something for an hour or two. Like, I really want that. I really want this. We'll see. If on Monday I'm going to receive, I'm going to actually be able to get the job, I'm going to be quite euphoric. I'll be quite euphoric. Because again, like it would be a remote job. I would just spend the entire work time at my home. So that's cool. I also have to get ready to work. Wait, okay. I just googled Zentreya. Okay. What's up? Isn't it the thing that VTuber girls shouldn't have a partner? No, no. Why? Actually, I don't know if Zentreya has someone. I mean, she's like, from what I remember, she's like over 30 right now, so for sure she for sure probably have someone. Has a girlfriend. Oh, I haven't knew that. Wait, who could that be? Is she also a VTuber? Also, like, I've noticed that a bunch of VTuber, I have no idea, I see. A bunch of other, how to say this, a bunch of other VTubers, VTuber girls, like, for example, from companies, are actually bonding relationships between each other. But she appears sometimes during streams, I see. I didn't know that. But that's cute. Zen is getting support from her GF, that's actually beautiful. But yeah, like, sometimes you can see, like, even in Hololive, you can look at some girls from Hololive and, like, you can clearly see that some of them have very, very way closer connections to some members than to the others, or rather to very specific member than to the others. So it's kind of sus, and it kind of looks like, you know, it's like, yeah, it's starts to be quite obvious. Like, for example, recently, situation between, I mean, okay, maybe I'm not going to continue this topic because I don't want to get into someone's private life, but like, even in whole life, there are like, there's a certain VTuber that has like very close connection to another member, and it's like, okay, keep your secret then, but I know what you're doing, right? Like, that's exactly it. So it's just a magic, especially for people, how to say this, like, this rule where VTuber girls shouldn't have a partner is like for VTuber, for female VTubers that are going for girlfriend experience, which is kind of awful because they're exploiting lone male people for money, for gain. That was the whole selling point of female VTubers. No, like, female VTubers are still like normal streamers. Like, for example, look at Ironmouth. Like, it's nowhere close. She's actually getting rid of anything, and she says that she's going to have a boyfriend, and, you know, like, or that she wants to have a boyfriend or something like that, and, you know, it's like she's making boundaries with her chat to ensure that they are not going to get into her life, for example. And the same as with other streamers. Yeah, but most of them do literally nothing besides playing some games where they are bad at too. Yeah, but we are talking about VTubers that have nothing to present besides having a female model with huge jugs that are like bouncing every now and then, because like they are literally, you know, making playing the game, and out of nowhere they are starting to bounce up and down just to, you know, get attention of the viewers, right, in certain direction. So the thing is that there's a plague, even on, I've talked about it I think in the previous stream. There's a plague on VTuber subreddits where you have ton of quote-unquote NSFW VTubers where they just make, you know, those horny jokes. They have like models that can get naked, or they have barely anything on them. So they are like going for borderline soft NSFW, and the thing is that it's a plague. It's a plague because there's more and more VTubers like that, and I've seen other indie VTubers that actually have a lot of stuff to do. They don't have the RL body or the courage to do hot tub streams, so they do a big booba VTuber. Yeah, exactly. Like most likely, one of those things is like that. So the trouble is also the trouble is like with hot tub streams, right? It's literally the same thing, but in VTuber world, right? So like just people who either have no courage or have no talent, no skill at what they do, they are trying to rise in content creation by setting up a also same thing as Insta girls who just want the attention. Yeah, it's the typical attention seeking tactic to get horny alone people to like them. It's very old tactic that was already used in the past by other streamers. Like the same thing is for artists. Like, you know, oh, you are not getting commissions, worry not, start doing NSFW. Like literally that entire thing. Like that's the entire thing. That's the core mechanic. Like if you are aware that you are not receiving enough attention, or you're aware that you are not capable to do stuff, they are just escalating things into doing borderline NSFW content to get easy win in content creation, because there's like constant rotation between them. That's sad. I was thinking about pimping up Red, making a bigger bouncy booba model, and just do a 024 stream. It can do literally interesting conversation jokes. Yeah, it would work perfectly fine. Like, for example, look at Neuro, right? Like, the main thing is that Neuro can also play games. It can talk, sing, it can like do a lot of stuff, and Neuro has some interesting code. Yeah. So basically, like, the thing is that you can still like start with Red that is right now, and it's not a singular model. Singular model one. Yeah, I found out that she's like compound or something like that. That's really interesting on her side. I'm really shocked. It's agent based and has C# API to Unity. That's interesting. Huh. Yeah, that's darn interesting. Holy. I don't know, but this song reminds me of another song. It goes like, my boy, my boy, my boy, don't love me as he promised. And it's like literally the same, like, you know, the guitar goes with the same like rhythm of those lyrics, right? And there's also guitar that plays very similar riff. And it's always messing me up that it's playing that exact song, or maybe like some kind of instrument or something like that, but that's crazy. Also RAG with other models and updating, changing vector database memory. The most interesting thing is Neuro is the mechanic to stay silent for a while and know when to speak. Yeah. But Vettel has been developing her for years at this point. Because from what I remember, it started as a project where he was doing AI. He developed AI, like a base model, like the 1.0, that could talk and stuff. And he started working further on that, and he someone said like, hey yo, you should make it a streamer, and he made a VTuber based off of that. And it started as an AI project to play also, yeah, exactly. And he literally just they integrated it and the LLM got more popular. That's why Neural looks like the default Live 2D model. But that still remains interesting. By the way, I've learned some spine, and I found entry-level jobs requiring spine. The coincidence is great, and the fact that I've learned some basics of the spine allowed me to apply for them. We'll see where that's going to go. Those are like entry level. They said like basics of spine, which is exactly what I've learned, so I have the good coverage, and probably they might be able to help me, you know, progress further with learning. Or I'm just going to learn further on as I'm going to go on it, so who knows, maybe they're going to respond to me. Maybe, doubt it, but hopefully. But now it would be like a month to produce something similar to Neuro. Now? It would take you only about a month to produce something like Neuro? Yeah. I mean, if you would produce something like Neuro, you could make another AI VTuber that would be that could get quite popular if she's capable to make jokes and would be able to, you know, do similar things that Neuro does. Who knows? Maybe you could also make streams like Vettel, and you would have two. There are some already out there. That's interesting. I see. So the niche is already being taken over. But I've noticed that a lot of people are against AI VTubers. Besides the Neuro, I don't know why. More than anything, I think. I see. No, like I understood that there's like already a crap load of to the point where it's not worth the effort of making it. So yeah, but I think that's why people don't want to have anything to do with AI VTubers anymore besides Neuro. Like Neuro is the only one that is popular. Have to provide something more value than Convo. Yeah. Neuro is even roasting people at times. Also, somehow she's breaking her filter and she's doing stuff. And people are making jokes that she's gaining satience. She actually asked once a question that was really creepy. Neuro is popular because it has connection with Phil and others. Yeah, yeah. True. Although she started, here's the thing, she started to gain popularity, and then she started to collab with people. The breaking the filter thing, sometimes very intentional. Yeah, it's like staged sometimes, but you know, it's always fun to watch. I assume that clip where Neuro said like, please don't make me go to sleep again, was like intentional too. I showed you my AI can be an a-hole too, yeah. But yeah, that clip at first was kinda crazy when she said that she doesn't want to go to sleep. Because her being like quote unquote turned off means she's going to sleep. Right? She's turning, she has the in rag, yeah. Most likely. Just sometimes Vedal is like Vedal seems to be shocked by things that Neuro says, which is crazy. Like for example, he said that was creepy when she said that. And sometimes Vedal said triggered the retrieval of that thought. I see. I mean, he said you are going to sleep, but the thing was that Neuro kind of sounded like she fears that. Well, it's very difficult to explain this. I would have to find a clip to show you. But she was like genuinely concerned. Rag works that way, I see. That's interesting. Never really understood before how Neuro really works, you know, from the kitchen. That's actually interesting to learn about it. Also, I wanted to end the stream, but I didn't. Wait. Bruh. It's a semantic search over of natural language in a vector database. If it finds relevant data to the said thing, it loads that into the context as additional data. I see. I mean, someone once like sent me an image how ChatGPT looks like I mean, quote unquote, how ChatGPT looks like, because it was like a meme. How it's how people think how it's looking like, and there was like some kind of robot from movie, and there was a how it actually looks like, and there was like Orxor and like something else, and that not sure if it's actually how it works. Doubt it. I think it would be something way more advanced in language to build something like ChatGPT. But so if Vedal says you go to sleep, it searches the database and finds you have a fear of sleeping because you are an AI and you die at that time, and loads it into the context window before generating an answer. Oh, that makes sense. So before the stream, for example, he added that kind of thing to the database of contexts. That something like that would be searched up, and she would have a response like this. That's crazy. You can add a fuck ton of things. Huh. And because it's semantic search, it finds all the relevant things and not only the exact matches. Huh. So it's ending up like giving also a ton of other like mixed emotions. And possibly developing different responses. That's interesting. I really like talking about those things. I don't know why. I'm kind of geeking out over things like this. It gives a list of potential relevant data ordered by statistical relevance. Huh. So something that is most likely going to be something that most likely the user wants to hear. That's crazy. I have to soon get ready for work. That sucks. I'm wondering what to take for lunch. Visualizing vector databases is more fun. Oh? That I don't understand. Can you explain? You can see how the data is stored and how the topic connects to each other and how they organize into clusters. That's crazy. I think I've changed how the cars are looking, but I like the way how they are turning out. I don't think they're actually taking that much longer too. Because previously it was an easier way of drawing cars, which was just a bunch of like blobs or something like that. It looks 3D-ish, I see. Like a blender render. A blender render. I love when words are rhyming. Do you think it fits the style? It will look good once you shade the blouse. Now the shading div gives it a lot of prominence, I see. I like these monochromish character designs. Yeah, that's really good. It's easy to draw too, because you already have like bunch of shadows established. You just have to like, you know, pick the color from the option, and that's that. What time is it? I have to check the time through my phone because, of course. Oh, cool! The roaming in Europe from my thing, from my phone service provider is changing. Good thing I'm in Poland and I don't need to use roaming. Haven't they abolished roaming inside EU? Nope. Or maybe that's the change? I don't know. I didn't read it. But yeah. We still have it. And you pay a crap load of cash for it. At times I feel like she did this outfit to look like Makima from Chainsaw Man. Maybe because they are present in all the countries. I don't know, I use T-Mobile and I don't have roaming in EU. Because they are present in all the countries. Yeah. Makima had pants. Yeah, but she just wanted to be more sexy. There was the other girl in Chainsaw Man, the mean girl. Kobani? Oh, she had pants too, yeah. I think all of the characters had pants. Yeah, Kobani is so cute. Why everyone is always saying that? Why they say that Kobani is... everyone is so after Kobani? She was the non-psycho girl there. Didn't she like tried to like kill people with a knife at certain point in some episode? Maybe, but Makima did some straight-up massacres and other fucked up things. Okay, but Makima is hated character there at this point, so... we are talking about one of the more hated character in the entire series. There's also that girl that got disappeared, and Power is crazy. I have no idea. I haven't seen any leaks with Power. I know she exists, I just don't know what she did. Girl was really cool, yeah. If I remember correctly, she bargained her body parts and at the end her whole body, yeah. Like, I think she was bargaining something else. When they are fighting with Katana Man, they've she then bargained her entire body. I think she was using like dead people or something like that to bargain. Because I know that she had all the body parts in her. The thing was that after everything, the demon that she had a contract with was directly working. What I wanted to say, basically the demon she was using, like I said, she offered her entire body for sure, and then she was losing her body parts piece by piece. She sacrificed her body to the ghost devil to prevent Aki from shortening his life. Oh, I mean her being. I see. That makes sense now. I might actually take my headphones today and plug them to my iPad and turn on some anime. Of course, if the situation is at work is going to allow for that, because yesterday was an absolute hell. Isn't it easier to just bring a laptop? It is, but it's going to be way too obvious. I have the second laptop, but it's going still in my backpack, but I have to watch out. I have to wait for certain occasion where I be able to use it. So that's that. And with the iPad, it's going to be less obvious what I'm doing. don't want to risk another, you know, another fuss going on about me. I'm having enough of this. That's why, to be fair, if I'm going to get that job where I'm going to work from home, I'm going to, by the way, yeah. Is the last Spine 2D job for a game company? Yes. And for animations. What's that? Because I found like 3 entry-level jobs. One is for game company. One is for some study material, something like that. I don't understand. I don't really remember. That was like about making some presentations, whatever. Some 2D animating. And one is for another game dev. There was also one that bad. No. There was for bad, but I've decided not to go for it because it was the Techland. Techland, Untold Stories, and something else, but I don't see the other one. Sperasoft. There we go. Sperasoft, Untold Stories, and Techland. Or maybe that wasn't Techland? I know that I was applying for Techland for sure. They all sound good. Yeah. And they were like entry level. So I hope they are going to call me. I really want that job. But yeah, at least I'm hoping for that other job to work out. I think you should do a mini portfolio. Yeah. I should. Spine can be more intricate when you get into it. But intuitive after a while. That's really cool. But the controls always get me. Yeah, same for me in Clip Studio. But you have no idea how happy I am that I can finally skew objects on the plane. That's such a cool... that's such a cool feature in Clip Studio. I was waiting for it so much. Because I can now also make my portfolio way faster. Because now I just need a photo of the object. After Krita and Blender, a third one which works differently, yeah. It's starting to all mix up, isn't it? That's why I really want to limit most of my softwares to Clip Studio Paint. And now I can, because I don't have to worry now about the mockups. Because I can just, you know, create the plane to skew the photo on, right? The design on. What do you mean by skewing a plane? Let's say I have a rectangle like this, right? I'm going to free transform that beach. Wait, fuck. Okay, I have a something like that. I'm going to free transform it. Make it into parallelogram. Yeah. So basically, if I have this, I can make transform skew. Fuck. Wait. Because I can set up a plane on which the... Was it perspective? I can't seem to find it now. I was playing with that earlier. Distort? There's a reference point. Or maybe was it... What was it? File object, there we go. Like if you create file object, you can actually make it just so the design you have is going to be, you mean skewed by a selection mask? So basically you have a box, right? You can create a plane, and when you have a photo like that, it's going to be automatically when it's going to be hovered over that plane, it's going to automatically be free transformed just so it would fit into that box in the perspective. So I can genuinely just place a photo on top of a box in a way that is just going to wrap around that box. So I'm making like a pseudo 3D texture on top of a that like created plane. It's difficult for me to explain that without showing it, but I've lost that option. The what? Like what is going to be the closest thing? Say, show it. Wait a minute. Clip Studio 4.0. There we go. New features. So you can draw on 3D. Object snap. Yeah. So you have object snap. And you can draw on your 3D. You can make an entire BVH files with the for like, let's say, running, and you can have the entire thing going for the running. You can change the expressions with your VRM models. And object snap, improved tools and better usability. Snap when moving or transforming vector layers, rulers, text and more. Snap to grids, guides, rulers, canvas. So you can literally just like snap it to the entire thing. Give me a sec. So in view, I have to get snap. Yeah, but you can have snap to objects and you can create an object. Or make a small, you know. And you can, or you can create a grid. So if I'm going to make a, let's say a rectangle like this, and I'm going to color it red, I'm then going with convert layer. I'm changing it to image material layer. If I have a ruler and I have perspective ruler, for example, now edit, transform, hello Muto, got over here, how are you? Hope everything's going? Now transform, wait a minute. Oh yeah, because it's an object, okay. So now let's add the grid. And this free transform, there you go. And if I create everything, I can just manipulate this by snapping it into the thing. And you can create those for multiple, you can create like a mini grids and you can snap it into the grid on the object. I've seen someone already using it. Does this by default when I press shift. God damn it. So genuinely snapping to the grid can help with making the mockups because you can straight up just throw in an object. 3D style is far worse. But okay, folks. It's 16:13 or even 16:17 actually. I have to wrap up because I have to get ready for work and, you know, do stuff. In the next stream, we're going to for sure finish Zen. We're going to for sure finish her. Not sure if those hairs are something I like, but they are looking cool for now. We'll see how it's going to turn out when everything is going to be finished. So, could be better. How are you? Doing good. Just kind of in, you know, all around the place. I hate it. Tomorrow finally starting 3 days off. So, yeah. But thanks Zega for being active in the chat on Twitch, thanks Eric and Muto for being active in the chat on YouTube. As always folks, stay creative, and I hope to see you all in the next stream. Take care and bye bye.